guys, how's it going? It's X666X Iron Maiden. Today we're back with more epic rap battles of history. This time it is Guy Fawkes versus Che Guevara. Alright, so this one, would have never guessed this battle would have been a thing. I know who Che Guevara is, and I'm sure I've heard of Guy Fawkes, but I have to look him up before we jump in to see what he's all about, because I'm not sure. I'm not sure completely about who he is, I don't think. So I'm going to look him up right quick here with you guys. So, in a military career, it's a gunpowder plot. Let's just go to the overview. So, he's also known as Guido Fawkes. While fighting for the Spanish, was a member of the group of provincial English Catholics who planned the failed gunpowder plot of 1605. He was born and educated in York, England. His father died when Fawkes was 8 years old, after which his mother was married a recousin Catholic. Fawkes converted to Catholicism and left the mainland Europe, where he fought for the Catholic Spain in the 80 Years' War against Protestant Dutch reformers in Low Countries. Who planned to assassinate King James I and restore a Catholic monarch to the throne. So he was part of that. The plotters leased an undercroft beneath the House of Lords, and Fawkes was placed in charge of the gunpowder, which they stockpiled there. The authorities were prompted by an anonymous letter to search Westminster Palace during the early hours of the 5th of November, and they found Fawkes guarding the explosives. He was questioned and tortured over the next few days, and he finally confessed. Immediately before his execution, he fell from a scaffold where he was to be hanged and broke his neck, thus avoiding the agony of being hanged, drawn, and quartered. He became synonymous with the gunpowder plot, the failure which has been commemorated in Britain as Guy Fawkes Night since 5 November 1605, when his effigy is traditionally burned on a bonfire, commonly accompanied by fireworks. So this is similar to, oh, you know what movie I'm talking about, V for Vendetta. They do that in V for Vendetta. Which is, I'm going to guess, it's like a modern day version of what he tried to do here. Except they actually succeed in that one, and he still dies in that one as well. Okay, so that was what that character is based off of. Perfect. Che Guevara, you guys, I'm sure, heard, if you've heard of anything to have to do with Cuba, or, Fidel Castro, they've battled to take over the country from what they considered to be at the time, government that couldn't handle it, shouldn't be there anyway. Basically what it was in a nutshell, and took over, and had been, I think Che, I can't remember how Che passed though. It's been a while since I've checked out that part of history. I've been to Cuba too, so I kind of learned a little bit of stuff, but I can tell you he's a very popular person in Cuba. There is still pictures and depictions of him everywhere in Cuba. So yeah, let's jump in and check this out. I'm hoping it's better than the last one. The last one was, I listened to it again after, and it wasn't exceptionally great. There's a lot of good lines. Still think Wolverine won, but all in all, it was a pretty weak battle. So let's see what they did on this one.
Guevara the terror, fresh kangaroo era, ill rhyme slayer from the 60s era, revolting heavy metal rebel
cool
blood spiller.
already.
Me and my gorillas are a squad of killers. Known worldwide for my steely-eyed look. You're famous cause of Valamore's third best book. And all the children say we will be like Che, asthmatic, but I'll take your breath away. You tried to rebel against James I. Here's a tip for your next plot. Try to rehearse. I got my face on a magnet on your roommate's fridge. Your head is on a spike up on London Bridge. You had one job, cabron, to strike a matchstick. Got caught with the fuse like your boss. Not lit. You should have stayed anonymous, epic fail guy. Treat this battle like the gallows and take another dive.
As a communist, it must really hurt
that your face has been cheapened, weakened, besmirched, being plastered on posters, coasters, and shirts, making capitalists rich, all of you on merch. Right, I'm a pious man and I fight for the Lord. I would cut you, but I don't want your sweat on my sword. I was tortured until I could hardly sign my name, and listening to you felt pretty much the same. Oh, face it, Ernesto, you're Castro, but less so. He's Cuba commander, you're more of the Destro. Revolt all you want, I don't give two Guy Fawkes. But look at Venezuela, what you're fighting for sucks.
Sucks. Guy, you died for the Catholics. A group with a bad touching little boys habit. And this porn star pilgrim look.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. There's just the thing about bringing, like, here's something you don't get to hear on the channel. I have a really, the kind of humor I'm into to a lot of people would be disturbing, I guess. Like, stuff like bringing up the church's most evil ways. Let's just say if you play with me in Cards Against Humanity, I'm going to come up with the dirtiest, darkest answers to your questions, to your cards every single time. So bringing up the Catholic Church's touching little boys is hilarious to me, and it was such a great line. So far, this battle's way better than the last one. I want to know who this guy is because he is really good.
You died for the Catholics, a group with a bad touching little boys habit, and this porn star pilgrim look. What's up with that? It's more like me, but very bad at. Oh, what's the Fawkes say now? When they cut your junk out, I'm the hardest Marxist ever graced a banknote. You're an error-prone terrorist, penny for the scapegoat.
Don't try to boast about your banknotes with Guido. You muddled your economy like mint in a mojito. This very battle disproves your communist initiative. These rhyme skills are not evenly distributed. I'm Catholic, I've got mass when I'm rapping. You're an upchain, that's Bay of Pigs Latin. After what just happened, you should retire. Is it the 5th of November? Cause I'm on fire!
Man, that was way better than the other one. Jesus Christ. That was way better, man. I want to know who this guy was that was in it. Okay, the cast is down below, too. You might have just said it, too, and I might have just missed it. You have so many patrons, man. It looks like they just added on the extra patrons at the end because they didn't have time. Right, and then it just fades out. Alright, so this one, man, I don't know who Rob Rico is. Apparently he's a comedian, but man, did he nail that. So, man, I feel like we have to go back through this. I should have paused it throughout, but I just love listening to it first all the way through with these guys. They just do such a good job. So they
Slayer from the 60s era, yeah. Revolting, heavy metal rebel blood spiller. Me and my gorillas are a squad of killers. Known worldwide.
Like, that whole first phrase already had me right there. Like, it's just such a good rhyme phrase. It flowed so nice with the beat, too.
From my steely-eyed look. You're famous because of Valamore's third best book. And all the children say we will be like Jay. Asthmatic, but I'll take your breath away. You tried to rebel.
I know I had read somewhere that he had asthma. I knew that was a thing.
Against James the First. Here's a tip for your next plot. Try to rehearse. I got my face on a magnet on your roommate's fridge. Your head is on a spike up on London Bridge. You had one job, Cabron, to strike a matchstick. Got caught with
just
the fuse
about.
like your boss. Not lit. You should have stayed anonymous, epic fail guy. Treat this battle like the gallows and take another.
And then we read about that. He got caught, and he was supposed to get hung, and he fell off of the scaffolding for where he's supposed to get hanged. We just read about it. I'm glad we read about it because I did not know his background. That would have just been like, I would have missed that.
Dive.
As a communist, it must really hurt
That your face has been cheapened, weakened, besmirched, being plastered on posters, coasters, and shirts, making capitalists rich off of you on merch. Right, I'm a pious man.
And they do that here, at least here in Canada. You can just buy like things with his face on it, and I guarantee you none of that money goes back to Cuba. And anyway, they just know people will buy it.
And a fight for the Lord. I would cut you, but I don't want your sweat on my sword. I was tortured until I could hardly sign my name, and listening to you felt pretty much the same. Oh, face it, Ernesto.
Ernesto was part of his name. Yeah, his real name.
Castro Alesso. He's Cuba commander. You're more of the destro. Revolt all you want. I don't give two guy fucks.
I don't give two guy fucks.
But look at Venezuela. What you're fighting for sucks.
Sucks. Guy, you died for the Catholics. A group with a bad touching little boys habit. And this porn star pilgrim look. What's up with that? It's more like me, but very bad at.
I thought that was a pretty
What's
cheap
the Fawkes
line.
say now? When they cut
That's kind of weird that he actually made a sound too. Like, you didn't really have to add it to get it. I don't know. I felt like they've put in so many lines before that you didn't have to add something to really sell it to know what it is. I know in the past there's been some videos that some people miss stuff, but I mean, what does the Fawkes say now? I think it was a pretty popular song. What does the Fawkes say? I think people got it, and I didn't even really listen to it, and I knew what it was.
your junk out. I'm the hardest Marxist ever graced a banknote. You're an error-prone terrorist, penny for the scapegoat.
Don't try to boast about your banknotes with Guido. You muddled your
Guido was his other name. We just learned about that in the wiki as well.
Me like mint in a mojito. This very battle disproves your communist initiative. These rhyme skills are not evenly distributed. I'm Catholic, I've got mass when I'm rapping. You're an up-chain, that's Bay of Pigs.
Bay of Pigs Latin. Bay of Pigs was a battle where the U.S. sent in a bunch of troops, a lot consisting of Cubans that had left because they didn't like what was going on in that country. You can read more into it in more detail. I'm just going basics here. And they came back, but they knew they were coming, and basically everyone got slaughtered.
After what just happened, you should retire. Is it the 5th of November? 'Cause I'm on fire!
We had just read that as well, where he, it was like every 5th of November they set off fireworks and stuff, right? So that's another thing that we got to learn about. All in all, this one's an amazing battle compared to the other one. Like, it's way better than the last one. The beat was better. Both of their rhymes were better. I think Che came out slightly better on this one. I just feel like he had better rhyme patterns. He had the better lines, even though his second verse was a little bit weaker. I find that that guy was more consistent throughout both his verses, but I feel like Che's was just so good that even though his second one wasn't as good, it just came out on top. That's how I felt on that one. So my hope is restored in ERB here, because I was worried when you come back with one like the last one that I felt was pretty weak. I was getting a little worried. So I'm glad that it's actually going to be just as good as before with this one. That's how I felt with this one. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know who you think was the winner here. I don't think I said that in the last one. If I did, I can't remember. But I do want to know who you guys thought won. If you guys enjoyed, though, make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to see more from me. And as always, you guys have a good one. I'll catch you later.